And it would be remiss, he would be offended if we didn't mention that he smokes a ton of dope. So if you like stoner stuff, he's also got that in.
Yeah, and it's also a big puppet. I'm surprised how much you can get away with. Like education. And drugs. Interesting. Well, they're both.
One plus.
They both. Yeah. So I had like this big spiel planned out in my head last night, and now I can't remember it because the coffee line was so long. But you want to talk before we open it up?
Well, we've been planning to make
All right.
a website of our own, just the three of us, for quite some time, and we actually bought a domain over a year ago, like a year and a half ago, and we were going to make a website just for the three of us because a lot of the other people on Channel Awesome have their own websites too, and it's good business to have your own website, especially if you have things that you want to promote that are part of Channel Awesome. For instance, we're writers, we may have writing to promote in the future, we have other ideas for films, things that aren't reviewed, fiction things, and we wanted a place to put that once those things came to be. They haven't yet, but they will. And then over time, we developed the idea of our personal website into it being a media home for network for shows that were in line with the idea of the shows we were making as well. And so we went around and collected people, smuggled them in for rucksacks.
I would say like I was really fascinated, especially after Red Letter Media got so popular, with how, analytical, academic stuff could be commercial. And I think the interesting thing is, like, and I kind of like joke, like our ilk with, we're like academics who are being chased out of academia with like torches and pitchforks.
Sometimes we have.
Yeah, and just by virtue of being kind of irreverent and funny with the source material, trying to make it accessible. But I think there is actually a really big market for that if it's presented in a less dry way. I think people are interested in the world of communications and film academia and all that fun stuff. So I can finally use my liberal arts degree. So I was probably going to talk more, but I can't remember what I was going to say. So I saw a guy with a question down there. Guy with a question? Or were you just stretching?
That guy has a question.
All right, I got it.
You were talking in your Fellowship of the Ring review about how essentially all fantasy in the Western world goes back in history to more European, more medieval aspects. My question is, do you think it's going to evolve to a point where some fantasy can tie into aspects of classical Americana, like tall tales, or Thoreau, or Emerson, transcendentalism, things like that?
Well, here's the thing, and I think maybe I can rub this home because I feel like a lot of people get it. I was talking about specifically the idea of genre as it pertains to marketing, which is very important. And you find that a lot of films that are technically fantasy don't really get marketed as such, just by the very nature of they're not got dragons in them. And like The Time Traveler's Wife, for instance, is technically a fantasy film, but they were like romance of drama.